Oh, friends, a magical thing just happened after the GoPro died. Everything started making sense. I could not figure out why I couldn't get a wire to come out to the point where this manifold heater was. And everything was going over that way. And then I realized all I had to do is feed the wires in the most difficult way possible. And then everything would be fine. So I had these two clamps. And then I thought, well, they got to go on these bolts here like this. And then this one will go up here. That will put this heavy thing right in line for the heater. We got this mystery wire. We don't know what it does, but it's not hurting us, so it can hang out here. We'll just stick it there. And then we will somehow magically drape our alternator wires over top of the engine through the heat, and then they will be in the right spot. So I think that's what's supposed to happen. So I think now we're down to the fact of just figuring out what stuff does. You know, this would make sense. This thing that I thought was maybe like extra would just drape up here in the nose. If you have headlights or whatever, you know, I don't know. I will still look at the other tractors and then it'll be obvious, but I think I got her figured out. I mean, look here. All this stuff comes out in the right place. That wire for the heater comes out in the right place. Those clamps will bolt to those two things. I think we got her licked. That's pretty impressive. Okay, friends, we're going to plug away at this 1365 project, even though it is late and I am tired and I don't really feel like doing it, but I do. I want to get it done. I want to hear it run. So I don't know that that will happen in this video, so don't get angry at me. Some people were not happy that it did not run in the last one, but that's just the way it is. First thing we're going to do, I think I found in my service truck a cut-off end of hose I had left over, and it is the right size to connect the radiator. So we're going to do that, and then it should be ready to hold water. So I'll get some antifreeze next time I'm in town, and we'll be able to do that. It's got oil in it, so oil and water. Then we're down to hydraulics, getting that, and all the wiring, fuel system, sheet metal, a bunch of new parts we probably haven't thought of yet, but we're getting close, I promise. So I think that's where we're headed. Well, we can't find the right stuff, so let's find the wrong stuff. Is this a flathead screwdriver? No. Flathead screwdriver! Where are you? Flathead screwdriver. Here, boy. Here, boy. Come on, flathead screwdriver. Come on, buddy. Here. Help. Where are you? Nope, can't find it. Doesn't come when you call. Let's do it the more difficult way, because that's how we roll. I think it might actually be the easier way that I have in my brain, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Now, those aren't the right sockets, so that's excellent. Okay. Let's do this. We're going to install this. Now, see, here's one of the things I'm not sure what we're going to do. We need to do something with this line, because it's going to rub something that turns, and that's not going to work out for us. So we're going to have to slide that back. I don't even know. Let me get you a better. Is that a better view of what we're doing here? Maybe that will keep you in the loop. I feel a hose clamp here. I really don't want to have to take off an alternator just to get this on, but it's feeling more and more like that's probably what's gonna happen. Okay. Failure is ensuing. Okay, cock-a-doodle-doo. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna cock-a-doodle-doo? Now, we're making some progress. It feels like it's all the way around, and I'm entirely too wore out, so that must be the sign that it is what it's supposed to be. There. Okay, I think that is tight now. It appears it is. Now we're going to put one here and one here. So perfect. Oh, you even got in on the action. You got a ratchet to the teeth. That's always fun. I know I enjoy it when it happens to me. Okay. Now I'll put this one on. Maybe. Oh, you got it again. You guys need to learn to keep your face away from the ratchet handle. Good grief. That's no good for you. There. All right. In theory, this will hold water. In practice, it will probably leak water. Because that's how it goes with us. You know, we can never seem to have things go our way. But that's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. I still dread this wiring nightmare that's coming. I just don't know what to do. And I'm not happy with this either. I'm not happy with this hose business. There's just no room in there. I guess I'll zip tie it back to the power steering and then zip tie it up here somehow so it doesn't lay against the belt, because that's what's going to happen. Maybe it was supposed to go under here, but that wouldn't help our laying on the crank issue. This would actually help it more for that. It's just going to have to be tied in two places so it doesn't make a sad thing happen. See, here you can see the issue. This hose, it has not very far to go before it's going to have problems. I don't know if I could have went over, like behind here somehow. There's a slight bit of space back there, but I don't know if I could snake it through up under. There's a steel line there though, so the return line for it is there, and I'm not sure that I could get it any better than that. I got another idea. We're gonna try something different. Alright, so I'm thinking about coming up this way and then down here like this. That would, in fact, keep it up out of the way. So if we did that, when we tighten it down, it would lay in there something of this order. It's under a lot of spring, but I don't think it would catch in anything. So I think we're going to go that route. Quite honestly, I don't know. I would think if I was going to make this hose, I'm thinking I would take it this way and then I'd put a straight end on this fitting. And we may still end up having to do that because I don't know if this is any good. I mean, it looks like a new hose, but you know how that goes. See, look, now we get to pinch it in between there. That's always what you want. But I'm thinking that would be more better, just because it's going to hold it out of our way for now. We may end up changing everything, and that's fine. I just want to hear it run. I want to hear it run so that I don't, so I know I didn't waste all my money. I mean, because I feel like, you know, we're probably on the threshold of spending money stupidly. I don't know. If we have a useful tractor when we're done, we won't. But if we have a paperweight, then we're going to be very sad. So maybe we'll leave it like this, and then we will put a piece of hose over top of this hose to protect this hose. I don't think anything will hit it like this. I think I do like this better. So for now, we're going to go with this. We may realize it's a terrible idea later, but I have made my share of terrible ideas in my lifetime. So this really isn't going to be any different. Okay, we're going to go with that. So that's another system off our list. We got coolant system hooked up. We got power steering system hooked up. We need to get this clean and full of oil. I'm not happy with this, as I've said before. I really want to clean this, but I can't seem to get it apart in a way that I'm not going to destroy it. So I may just give it a good douching and hope for the best, because I don't want to suck trash in it, but I also don't want to destroy something that I can't seem to fix. I think it unscrews from up here, but I sure haven't been able to get it to go without feeling like I was going to destroy something. So for now, I think we'll just table that idea, and we'll get some hydraulic oil or whatever and fill that. And then, you know, we can then check for leaks and see if it's going to leak. I know this hose here kind of concerns me. I feel like it should be longer. It is clamped down on both ends, but I just feel like it's not necessarily what I prefer. But if it'll just hold us up, oh, I'm getting tired. If it'll just keep us going, then we'll be in business there. Let's start with fuel system now. Okay, fuel system trouble one is this right here. Our little doodad is pointed up in the air, and that's not going to work. We need to be able to get to our handle, and we need to be able to run fuel line. And I'm not sure. I would assume that the fuel line snakes between the back of that casting where the steering post comes out of. I think there's enough room in there. This is pretty well where this is going to sit. We still need to take it out again and put the webbing underneath, which I haven't got done yet. I looked and I'm out, so I'll have to get more. I'm pretty sure I had this out and cleaned it out. So now would be a good time to just ruin it, you know, after all that. But I'm going to take it out and put some pipe thread stuff on it, I think. Oh, you're going to participate too. Good. It's just enough that it hits and it's annoying. I sure hope that this works and I don't have to buy a new fuel tank or something awful like that. I'm sure the new ones are probably plastic, which that's just always wonderful. Plastic. But maybe that's the way to go. See, now we're 180 out. Or maybe we're 180 in. I don't know how this is supposed to go. I would assume it's knob out. Oh, geez. There. We're coming along. Now we're getting to where I think we should be, close. And I'm wondering if we should even be more. Like if we were a little more, I think it would point towards that hole where I'm thinking about putting the fuel line through. We want to make sure our tank's all the way back. Boy, I don't like how that rides on there. I think that should be like, I think stuff should be happening. Oh, there. Okay. Okay. We're not quite angled where I want. We just need a little more. A little more. When we put that webbing in, it'll probably really help it do what I want it to do. Let's see if we can just physically get the line where I'm wanting it to go. It feels good. It feels good in the hand. Let's see what it comes out on the other side. Okay. Ooh. Gee, this just really sucks. You know, I don't know what they're thinking, but I mean, what are we thinking here is what I'm getting at. Like, is this going here like such? I guess. Are we gonna go down more? Like, it's gonna have a pretty drastic dip in it, folks. Do we lay on top of the starter? I guess we're gonna. I don't know. Are we gonna go under here? As such? I think that's probably how we're gonna go? Question mark? I mean, that seems to be like the least offensive way, but I just really don't. We should have went over these. Okay, let's start over. But I just don't think that this makes a lot of sense. You know? I don't know about that being pinched between the, like under that stuff. I don't know. And we all know that it's real handy to have all your stuff hanging out in the open where things can hit it, you know? That's always good. I think we'll go with this. You know, maybe we'll tuck it down here for now with our extra filter, or maybe we'll just go ahead and cut it and redo it later when we decide to take that filter out. You know, because I don't know. Do we want to put the filter up there? We want it to be easy to use. I just don't know. We need to go look at that other tractor. That's our big hurdle right now. We don't know anything about what we're doing. And we need to. We need to know if this goes here, which just looks like garbage. I can't believe that would be how they would have routed it. But this is from a different land, so I don't know. That's what's taking so long in this project. Second guessing what we should do. And I need to just start slapping it together with the intention that we can always change it later. Because it's taking way too long when I think like this. So I think we'll just start slapping together pieces and making stuff go. I can't even see if we hit it or we missed it. If we're slipping off the edge of the hose. I hope that's got it, because good grief. That's about a bunch of baloney right there. What a stupid design. Putting your fuel system on one side and your outlet on another side. Okay, so that's kind of how it's going to be. These are going to go kind of up and over. Maybe they lay in there like this. Like I said, we need to take a field trip. And so I can actually see the other one. Somebody sent me pictures of it. Oh, which consequently reminds me, he explained a bunch of things to me, my buddy Stuart. He's got several 1365s. And let's just read what he said. He said the 1365 key, which we showed in the last video, off is straight up. There is a click to the left. The key operates combinations for flashers, front, and rear light. Always tie the key to the steering column or the key will fall out getting on and off the tractor. Good to know, because that's the problem I was having. Starter switch, which is this over here, is counterclockwise to start. Position 1 clockwise is preheat only. Position 2 clockwise is start. And I don't feel, it feels sticky. Like maybe that's preheat and then that's start. It should spring back to neutral though, which it doesn't do. So maybe this, like here, is heat, and then here is start. And then if it's summer and you just need to start, you just go to the left. So, anyway, that did help. So at least we know that much that we didn't know before. Now, we're going to take this line around, and we need to get us a filter, which we did not do either. And it needs to be, almost want to put it back there, but I don't know. I think up in this area would be acceptable too. We need to get something to cut with, which we did not bring. Oh, yes, we did. I brought some kind of scissors. I don't know where I got it from. Flea market or something. Nice something scissors that probably have a special purpose, but we're going to use it to cut hoses. And I also need to get a lot more of this hose. I got 2 sizes of hose because I couldn't remember which it was. And that's still diesel fuel in there. That's good. Of course, this is the one that was a running tractor not too long ago. And this time it's going to bite me that I should have put the thing the other way, I bet. It amazes me how no matter what I do, it's wrong. Like every choice you make is just not right. What would it be like if everything went great? How would that be? That would be a strange feeling. I don't think I could handle it. Okay, now that's hanging right in our way, so when we do the hydraulics, it's impossible. So that's excellent. But at least we see what's happening. We got our battery cables on. I didn't make a video about that. But I went and saw my buddies that I worked with at the shop, and they made me battery cables. So that should take care of that hurdle. I need to get the clamps off of the old one and bolt the stuff up to the block somehow, wherever it would go through nicely, because I really don't, you really don't want your battery cables rubbing. I mean, that would be treacherous, probably. Flame inducing. But we're getting down to the home stretch here, I feel like. We got that done. Let's do return lines. I puzzled over this fuel setup for a good long while too, because it would have made sense that inlet is this pump, and then it goes from that pump out to the filters, but then there's something here and something here, and so what we have is return fuel in 2 places. So we need to make us 2 lines to hook up. Let's start with the bottom one. I'm almost out of stuff, so we'll probably have to table it again, and I'll have to go buy more, which is fine. Progress is being made. I wish that well, actually, I think I bought everything that they had. They only had like a partial roll, so it's their fault, not mine. No, it's fine. We'll get it. Oh gee. The extreme bends are just ever so good for fuel systems. Okay. And you're going to want it to travel along a sharp edge like this. That's always excellent for hoses full of liquid. Oh, I just had a thought for a joke, but I won't make it because not appropriate. But most of the stuff I come up with isn't, so. Alright. Let's take our scissors. Well, I just don't like the... I had to do something about this sharp edge, if you can see that. I'm not happy with it, but we're going to just go with it. Yeah, this really looks like something a guy would be doing if he was planning on taking a fuel tank out a second time, right? Clamping everything down tightly. I think we're just going to run it to start with, hammering on the metal, because we're not sure that this fuel tank's even going to work for us. It may still be too full of garbage. Now, do we have enough to go from here to here? I think we do. That's spectacular because that's what we need. I thought I had this out. I know I blew through both with some brake clean, so both outlets should be open. But man, are we getting tired. I guess you might as well watch what I'm doing. Or not, because now you're out of my way. I'll try to work around you. Let's just get it smaller so we can manage it better. Now, I don't think it'll twist on us too badly. There, try that. There. Now life is happening. Okay. Before we hook that up, we're going to take it off and clean it. As you can see, we got little doodads down in there still. There's actually now a piece of trash in here. I don't know how, because I blew that out once before. And our little orifice for our heater, we want to make sure that's cleaned out. I thought I did all that once before, but then I didn't do it good enough, I guess. And we got a new heater, so we're going to be taking that loose anyway. So we will do that at some point. But I think I personally am going to quit for today. But you will still see what happens in this same video, continuation, because this is not enough footage to make a video yet. But anyway, we are getting much closer. I need to get some more fuel line to do return line here over to there. I think I got the hose clamps to swing it. We got radiator done. We got, what did I say? Power steering system done. Fuel system done, with the exception of maybe putting in another filter temporarily. We got our linkages all hooked up here. We got to do our hydraulic system next, is the big one. We can run without electrical system because it's a diesel. All we need to do is jump to our starter and make it crank. And so we don't need all of this gadgetry. It would certainly be nice to know if we had oil pressure, but this is a, you know, idiot light system, not a actual gauge. So it wouldn't be the end of the world. We could try to hook it up and see, you know, what we get. I was looking at this when we were talking about what could possibly go to what. Well, This, it occurs to me, is not the wire to our heater. This has to be our wire to our starter where it gets its power, and it does kind of curl down. So that would go there. This would be our start wire. So that makes me feel slightly much better. We need to just figure out how to cram this all down in there. This is our fuse box, which consequently, if I can get it apart real quick before the battery in the GoPro dies, it uses, oh, they're not even in good shape. I thought I looked at them once. It uses these goofy little plastic-sided fuses, which I know they make at the auto parts store. That one doesn't look good at all, so I'd say it's blown. I don't know. There's always something. It's always goofiness on this. So, anyway, I think right now maybe I'll try to I'll try to put this down in there so where I can get our wires where they need to go. I mean, we could certainly try the wiring and see if we can light it on fire now that we've come so far, but I don't know. Let's see. We're almost out of battery, so we'll go as long as we have battery. I'll let you watch as I continue on doing nothing the right way. You know, we haven't cleaned the threads yet. It's becoming more evident what has to happen the longer we go, you know, and that's good. Boy, that rubber line there is a piece of trash. Okay. That's a good thing we're replacing it, because that ain't gonna work. Okay, and it's also evident that we screwed up. Can we unscrew it up easily? Probably not. This is so stupid what I'm doing to keep from... Let's not do that. Let's just take it loose. We'll take back loose this thing we put on there because we need to get the hose on the other side of it. I see now what takes place here. And of course it's not going to be easy because it never is when you... Ah, you baby doll. Okay, let's hold this out of the way for a second again that we just put on there, because it becomes obvious that there is a clamp here, and that's what it's for. This metal clamp doodad. These go somewhere else, I would say down the line. But that's what happens. That little clamp deal goes there and holds this all in there. Yep, I'd say that's pretty well what happens. This will go over here like this. The wires are right in the fuel system. I mean, what were they thinking? Fiat. Babes, what are you thinking? This is going to go like this. Yeah, that's not secure at all, so that's excellent. So this will go here. This will go up here. We've already thrown our clamp down. Okay. The puzzle is coming together here. That will rub against the metal and start a fire. Excellent. This is going to go. This wad of wires, I don't like it. I don't know why it is that way. But it must be the way it's supposed to be, because that's the way that it is. We're going to be taking the fuse box off again, probably, and figuring out its issues. But this would hold, I don't know, maybe when I put this on, I will turn it more so that it's not poking back and it's really poking straight, if there's enough room. So this is the flasher. Okay. that can be trimmed down and done differently because I don't like that. Then these are our mystery wires. We don't know. This is going to go to here. And how about that, by golly? It's right there. I mean, you can't get any closer than that. So that's good to see that plan coming together. And of course it's got paint on it, so that's going to make an excellent connection. We need to clean that up. Oh boy. I'm thinking we'll just test it. And then we'll dress everything up before we put the sheet metal on. Because I'm not sure about this nonsense that we got going. That seems to fit nicely there. This is somewhat okay. I'm not happy with the, like I said, I'm not happy with this crowding of this fuel line issue, but we might be able to make that better by turning a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll figure something out. But maybe the wires will lay back more as they get warm during the electrical fire. Maybe they'll stay back more. Get out of the way. You know, while the building's burning down, they'll probably lay down where they should be. Out of the way. Okay. Yeah, so that's a lot of stuff there happening. But now I'm happy because we're making progress laying out wiring. We got some stuff figured out there. We got our wires down to here. We just need to get them tucked in. Maybe they go back behind. That's probably what they do. They probably go down along the block and come out from underneath. But see, my starter is different than the original starter, so they are going to come differently than the original. Ooh, I like that. I like that. It's hanging where it's not in anything. So that will work there. I'll just get that put up where it needs to be. We need to clean up our relay thing here because it bolts in here as such. This will go there. What's that leave us? Okay, that leaves us this gray one, which I would assume went to the voltage regulator on the original. This one, which goes down here to this, I'm almost positive. Now, we don't know what this is. It's a green wire, so we'll look that up. We're not sure what that is. As always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And then that way you won't miss the next part of this installment and whatever adventures or misadventures we get into. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.